me, who lives in reality, understanding that shorting is short-lived and I'm going to die. We're all going to die if you want to believe that this market can go down. So this is now World War III and World War IV they're throwing at the market. And what has it been so far all morning since the open? Buying. And what we're witnessing right now is confirmation of buying and confirmation of more buying. And it's still the same trade as it was from the open. The long trade on the Qs has now gotten back above prior day VWAP. And now it's accelerating to the upside, only 31 cents away from going green, on its way to 607.50, a price that you never thought you'd see this year ever again, probably. Oh my God, the world's coming to an end. So if you're just joining us here on YouTube and back on TikTok or wherever you're hearing my voice, as you understand now, maybe today's that day where you realize the mantra: the market never goes down. Get it? The reason we put the get it at the end, we understand the market goes down. It was down this morning for a little bit, but does it ever stay down? Right now, the answer is no. So, market never goes down. Get it? Now maybe you get it. Maybe today you finally got it. And I've been sitting here waiting for a reason to short again. And all the market's telling me is to shut my dumb mouth because we never go down. UVXY is about to break under 40. Is that bearish or bullish? That's bullish when UVXY is going down. Is it bearish or bullish if the Qs break over VWAP and over prior day VWAP? That's super bullish. So what are you looking at now on the screen that's telling you that there's something wrong with the market? Nothing. It's in your head. You've been duped again. Market never goes down. They just threw world wars at it again. Rockets being shot at. Something about oil being halted and blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Because we're trying to trade intraday here. I don't care what happens tomorrow. Right now, everything that we've all been taught about is trading VWAP has all come true. Market's gapping down on Monday. Give me a reason to buy. Bang. Faux show, bro. VWAP break. You got your reason to buy. I was looking for a reason to short silver. Got confirmation on it twice. AGQ short. Wonderful trade this morning. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. And just now, I missed this trade, but I did catch him with a gold short. And then you got some of my favorite stocks. You all know about Hood, right? Loving the Hood down there at those levels after the earnings came out. Confirmation of buying, confirmation of buying, confirmation of buying. You know we love the Coinbase. Same exact trade. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. 20 cents away from going green on the Qs. Good luck being a shorter. So now you should be asking yourself, what, right? What are they going to do? What can they throw at the market that's actually going to keep it down? The answer is nothing. The only way the market will stay down is an event called an ELI. You know what an ELI event is? Right? Extinction, life, event. No one's coming back from it. So what do you care? You're never going to be able to stay short this market ever again. Deal with it. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Love it. And let the VWAP confirm it every day. You want to be delusional? You want to be psychotic and bet against a market that tells you almost every day it refuses to stay down? Or you want to make money? The answer is clear. You want to short stocks? It better look like AAOI this morning. Ripping, 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 blow off top, roll over, VWAP. Rolls, breaks the double bottom. You got permission to short something. And even this trade pretty much coming to an end right now. So my few trades today, I was a short AAOI. I shorted some penny stock this morning, TMDE. Don't know what it is. Don't care. It's a pump and dump. 90-cent stock was at $5. Breaks VWAP. Crush it. Little AGQ short. I just had gold short for about a minute. No joke. It was less than a minute. I caught some of that rollover. Immediately got stopped out of the rest. And being a little choppy on IonQ, managed to get in and out a couple of times, but a little disappointing that it didn't follow through. And that's where we're at. It has been, one of those days where most of what I talk about has been confirmed. And I will tell you this again, and I'll say this part out loud, and I hope you understand. I'm still looking to short the Qs at some point today. Because if you had to trade on what I think is going to happen, I think all the buying today is going to be short-lived, and we're going to be rolling over and going lower into the close and breaking today's overnight lows tonight. But that's just me. I'm your delusional shorter. But I ain't short right now. Wait, I see. At what number would you short the Qs? That's a great question. Now, 604.5. The last pivot price. So if we short there and it goes to VWAP and it holds the VWAP and then starts to rally in my face, I'll cover at my entry and at the orange line. So if I short 604.50 and it breaks VWAP and breaks that pivot, we know we're going to be right. And that's my plan. But right now, UVXY is only 65 cents away from going red. And the market obviously is still in that uptrend. So we've had some amazing conversations today about, risk reward, not staying in a position, talking about, addressing your risk parameters. Don't do the work without following through on the trade. For instance, I go back to Friday's figure trade, right? Friday's figure trade looked like that. We had a reason to give it a shot as a buy. And then 6 minutes later, it told us we're wrong. Sold half here, sold the rest here. Moving on. And in that moment, it became confirmation of a short and then reconfirmation of a short. But the trader that only hears part of the commentary heard, Kenny likes figure long. All right, I'm buying it. And then sat under the desk hoping for the best. That's not how you trade. How you do trade is you take a small loss and then possibly join the winning side. But maybe you didn't join the winning side and shorted the thing. But then you came back looking for revenge today. And you said, all right, I want revenge on that figure long. And you remembered revenge trading works when the VWAP confirms that it's time to get your revenge. How about a VWAP faux show, bro, to the blue line, orange line? And then a faux show, bro, 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. So what went from an annoying, awful trade on Friday became a wonderful, low risk, wonderful reward on Monday. So the conversation has been today about knowing what you're doing, asking questions, being a part of what we're trying to do here, embracing VWAP as the only thing you need on your charts, VWAP, drawing the price levels of these pivots, and understanding your risk. And then the most important part is accepting the loss. Right? I was just in a trade that went from a profit to a loss in, no joke, 90 seconds. Am I still short gold? No, but now I get to re-identify and possibly do that trade again from a better place. Well, men against the same place now is where I shorted it before. But I took quick money, put my stop here, and then I was forced to get out of the rest. I don't let trades go against me. I don't want them to go against me after I'm green. So you could do all this chart work, embrace the VWAP, loving the VWAP. But if a stock then breaks and tells you that you need to get out and you don't, and all that work you did was for naught. And that's why most traders lose. Because when it comes down to finally getting out of that trade, you don't. That's the one really good part about placing stops. It takes that moment away from you where you got to redecide. You do all this work, you put your stop out there, it gets done. If you're sitting there without the stop, planning to sell something at a certain price, and then it breaks through it and you don't do it, that's when that moment, maybe I'll just hang in there. It's not always going to be great, right? Sometimes you're going to get chopped out of your name. And sometimes you have days where you just take a trade, it works immediately, you cash out, and you've had a great day. Today I made some good choices, you know. I didn't go long the Qs, but I didn't stay short. Had a couple of, things on the mind. Confirmation on VWAP breaking on AAOI. Very nice. Confirmation on AGQ. And now the market's, it's still, even though it's rallied, still, you could feel it. It's still feeling heavy. But man, it's virtually impossible to stay short playing by some rules. But I am looking to short something. Yeah, a lot of, again, now we got to consolidate. It's been a great morning. So you see what I just did there? Here's your 1 minute, 1 day. You got over today's VWAP, you got over prior day. Where did we just get rejected at? We got rejected at the 2 day. So now we're in between the 1 and the 2. A 1, a 1, 2, a 1, 2. And now we're going to make new decisions. My decision, again, what would be nice if we just consolidate long enough where the VWAP becomes this range. So if we're breaking 604.50 later, and that is a VWAP break, this decision to short will be a little bit more easy. Right now, I can't make any decisions. Why am I so obsessed with shorting? Because I like it. Yes. Yeah. Like the Coinbase trade. So you got over the blue to the orange, right? So here you had the blue that was the first trade, 1 minute to the multi-day. And then I got to the 2-day, and that fake out, shake out happened at the 2-day and then held the 2-day from on top. So now you're using the 2-day as today's, and now today's VWAP is caught up. So now you're back to using today's VWAP as your outs. Absolutely. Yeah. More VWAP, the more better. It's not proper English, but you get the idea. Well, inevitable that we were talking about that all day. The whole shorting is short lived and you're going to die. You today was the day. I mean, you came in looking to short the open, you got crushed. I just think it's going to reestablish itself as a short, no matter what. Inevitably, the market's going higher, no matter what. No matter what. I'm not. You afraid of World War III? Why? We're going to lose. We already won. It's already over. I just want the market to sell off to a point where it gets oversold, so then I could get some Qs. I would love to see the Qs back at 420 because that's where I'd buy. Plus, I'd be making some decent money on the way down, I assume. Wait, before we go any further, my friends, this stock, wasn't this one of the earnings reports today? It was. Wait a second. This stock has zero volume on it? Is this a real company? Wow. Why doesn't anybody trade? This used to be a real stock. Are they taking over or something? Wow. How does nobody on earth trade this stock anymore? Oh, I got, is that 1,800 shares or 18,000? This used to be a really popular stock. Anyway, take a look what's going on right now. We're starting to see that my bias being confirmed, right? So I'm looking for reasons to short the Qs. You just got it, right? So you got your classic head and shoulder right there. Now you just rolled over. So if you started your position, right, rejected at the 2, back below the 1, that trade that I've been stalking starting to take root. UVXY gets above 4150 again. This next candle is going to go right to the VWAP. And now, if you were a long trader, you're out of the long at least. If you've been long the Qs this whole time, that just finally ended. You just got violated. You got to the 2, you're back below the 1. That's over. Now it's the shorter's turn. Take advantage of this roll. Breaks the VWAP. Now you should be looking to test that 602.50 area. So if we get a nice quick $1.50, take it. And then you place your stop back at the VWAP. Hopefully this next 5 minutes, we roll over right here. If you started your position, now you're at VWAP. You take something off already, and now you got to wait to see if you roll or you rip. UVXY is telling us the whole deal right here. UVXY spiking, right? So now this next move should be a down candle on the Qs. Let's see how we resolve here. But VWAP is so vital. See how you're getting here? Now you're making the new decision. This is our VWAP jiggle in our shuffle. UVXY is telling us that chances are the next move is going to be down. UVXY doing that. So now we got to wait. There's always going to be a battle. Sorry, not always. Nothing is always. Generally. Gets to the VWAP. Here comes a new moment. And if you're trading the Qs, very difficult to trade with just 50 cents of risk, right? So you're looking at that prior day VWAP. Let's say you just shorted Qs with an anticipation of it rolling over. All right. You're risking at least $1. Not a big deal. Your first stop's way up here. It's only $1. You cannot be trading a $600 stock without at least usually 2.5 points of risk. And damn, they're making it still very, very difficult to be a shorter. It's really, I would laugh, but it's annoying. But now my finger's on the trigger. If they squeeze them and then it rolls and we start to break down, that's when I'm getting aggressive. So now everything I wanted to see have happened is happening. Got the retrace. We held. We rallied off it. Now, if the longs get a little bit too comfortable and it rolls, you're still below prior day VWAP. Now you're looking at 604s or 602 puts. And I'll get ready to join you. Hang on a second. It's happening. Now I just need a spike on the UVXY again. All right, if you guys want to chart this, I'm looking at 602s. Yeah, I'm not looking at 602s anymore. I'm looking at 60. And these are all pretty good prices, actually, 604s. So here's the 604 doing pretty much what the Qs are doing. All right, I'm short. I just got short a little bit of the stock, but I'm not doing an option trade unless I'm 100%. Because trading puts on the Qs, if you haven't heard, not the best idea ever. But now we get a feel for it. So the choice is 604, 603s. The most I would go out is 602s. Anything after that's a little bit lotto-esque. All right. Well, all I got right now is Q short from the half, around 55. I'm going to cover 5 shares to see if anybody just does me at the. Oh, immediately got done on the bid. So that's good. Just got done 604.24. Just throwing just got done some more. 22, 21. All right. Haven't bought the options yet because, got burned on those last time. So I want to see a little bit more test fail. And UVXY still not above that 4120. I want to see UVXY going higher. So right now it's just a chop. What's that price again? 41. Oh, sorry, 4160. I need UVXY to get over to really feel confident about shorting the market again. But I'm short the shares because it's a lot easier for me to trade back and forth on the shares. I just ain't screwing around with those puts again until I'm 100% convinced. I'm almost there. Some nice chop right there. Now we'll see what's up. Oh boy. They chop them again one more time. I mean, they're really making it virtually impossible to be a shorter. Wow, it really is. Even when you're right, you're wrong. It's amazing. But see, I learned from Friday. I could trade some stock. I ain't buying options until I'm 100%. I was about to say 110% convinced, but there's no such thing as 110%. But what will convince me is if we stay below orange but above the blue for the next hour and then we break the blue, convinced. And just like we learned from Friday, we all got paid, right? AAOI short, right? Q's long. Wasn't a bad start to the day. Little AGQ short, little AAOI short. Chop a, yeah. Ion Q kind of was, I wound up actually losing about a couple of bucks on that Ion Q trade. But there's no way I'm giving anything back, especially buying puts on the Qs. And I just got stopped out of the rest of my Qs short. All right, I'm going to go nuke this coffee. See? You're going to trade options on a stock that never serves you right? See, look at me learning from Friday. At least I actually just made money on that Q short. You know, I got out, just got out of the rest. But now I could, you know, I could re-enter anytime I want now. But man, they make it impossible to be a shorter. Look at UVXY now, right? Look at that. That was basically good luck. That candle right there was like, good luck, shorters. Good luck shorting without watching UVXY, right? UVXY did that. You got to start saying to yourself, I think we just got suckered again. Good thing we didn't buy the options. But the more they try to beat the shorter up, sucker the shorter, and if it inevitably does roll over, that's when you get aggressive. But right now, it's just bullish chop like every other Friday. I mean, Monday. But awesome, right? See, now we quit we quit while we're ahead. Quitting while you're ahead, Frank, isn't like quitting. So now we're in a position of strength. You can do whatever we want now. You could call it a day. You could sit here stalking the Qs short for the next 4 or 5 hours. Go put some music on. Go watch that movie that you were in the middle of. By the way, let's talk about the Seven Kingdoms night show. I don't want to hear it. I know we all love Game of Thrones. That show wasn't any good. It was all right. Would you go back and watch it again? No. Right? It actually wasn't that good. It just glommed on to the fame of Game of Thrones. Wasn't that good. Yeah, it was all right. Just saying, it's just like you look back, there's nothing else to watch. You guys watch Paradise? That's back. I was just looking through my list of things to watch. I got nothing right now. Yeah, Paradise was all right. You know what I heard's coming back? Three Body Problem. If you haven't seen that, go watch that right now. Smoke a joint, maybe even take some acid. Go watch Three Body Problem. That's some deep thinking right there. I might go try to watch Severance for the third time. I don't know why people like that show. I can't even get through it. I finally got through the first two episodes. Walken shows up. I'm thinking, all right, great. Kind of show stinks, even though I'm on it. It's crazy. I don't watch Fallout, even though I love Gibbons and I love post-apocalyptic stuff. I haven't got into that one yet. Yeah, I hear it's pretty good. I gotta go check it out. But damn, this market just said don't short stocks. Holy crap! So sick. Just save. I just say. See, now I'm probably gonna be done for the day. I just saved myself probably $1,400 again by not buying puts, by waiting that out. Oh baby! Wow. All right, let me nuke my coffee now. I've pat myself on the back on the way out here. Oh, anything Vikings? Yeah, I've watched. Yeah, House of Asher was. I loved it because I love the series. He's like such a unique character. He's such a douche, but you wind up kind of rooting for him. Yeah, my wife's off to watching all these Bridgerton stuff, and oh, I don't know what the hell she's watching. It's awful. But Kenny, I saw him in '87. I met him at the Saturday Night Live. I was on doing my thing. Crazy little kid comes in, wild, talking about the market. Crazy. Been friends ever since. By the way, the cues are green, my friends. Please remember this moment and keep it holy. So the next time you think this is it, this is the big one, we're never going to see green again, you couldn't even make it to 12 o'clock. Good luck. Well, seriously, good luck being a shorter. It's impossible. It's absolutely incredibly impossible. It's fascinating. It's amazing. It really is. I got no more superlatives left for the strength, the enormous underlying bid that this market has. Vegas was awesome. We did everything we wanted to do. The only thing we didn't do was gather around in a drum circle and trade together. We should have done one of those. But yeah, it went off awesomely. I didn't have my AV guy there, so I had to run back and forth, and I had some sound effects planned and some musical interludes. But I rang the bell. We had a couple of breathe in the VWAP moments. I healed a few couple people. Alexis, she was awesome. Plus, now we all know who the karaoke queen is. That would be Alexis. I didn't even sing. I was too busy being a fanboy. Linda was kicking ass. Alexis kicking ass. This guy Will was up there. Don didn't get to go. There's Will. Ghost Donkey was pretty cool. Truly was a speakeasy. I couldn't even find it for about a half an hour. That was funny. We hit all the places, even the electric mushroom, which I don't remember how long we spent there, but I was having a good time. We probably could have went and seen something else, but I was gonna go to a club afterwards, but I got back. I was like, you know what? I'm old. I'm gonna go home, go to sleep. This was the healthiest I've ever felt coming home from Vegas. So I look at it as a big positive. I've been to the Sphere, but yeah, Don went. They went to go see Wizard of Oz. I've seen U2 there, and I've seen Dead and Company 4 times. And by the way, if anybody hasn't noticed, the Qs have gone green, and the market's about to go green. Spies are green. Dow's about to go green. Good luck being a shorter. Good luck being a shorter, my friends. UVXY about to roll over and go red. Oh my freaking God! Thank God I learned something from Friday. So if you're out there right now, right, this is it. Right? So this is the moment, right? So this is where we get the mantra from. The market never goes down. Get it? We all know it did go down overnight, but here we are above and beyond even where we broke down from, breaking into Friday's realm now. So when I say good luck being a shorter, good luck, right? You thought this was going to be the day, right? The one that we don't come back from, right? You did. I still think there'll be some selling at the end of the day. But right now, why would you even think that? Right? Look at this market. It's telling you everything. You're telling me nothing. You're showing me everything. So we have now what we call a microcosm of trading, right? Everything that you need to see happen all has happened in the first 3 hours of today. Living in the moment, letting the VWAP confirm your belief, taking the other side of a trade that you thought was going to happen, understanding risk parameters, getting out of a trade when it doesn't cooperate. And this massive pivot off the VWAP, which we could call my nephew's trade. If my nephew, if he's in here, today might have been his first day here, actually, because he was looking to start trading. So he doesn't have to go to college. My nephew, when I taught him about VWAP, right? I said, go read about VWAP, watch some videos, learn some trades. And the first thing he told me, I was sitting at a basketball game with him. He says, so, Uncle, I've been doing some investigation. I've watched about 1,000 videos about video. I watched all your stuff. I was like, well, hope you didn't watch them all. He's like, let me ask you a question. And this is what I think I figured it out. When a stock is strong and it pulls back to the VWAP and holds it and then starts to rally off the VWAP, I should just buy the stock right there and use the VWAP where it pivoted from as my stop. And I said, yes, now you don't have to go to college. And there's that trade. There's this trade. So I went from thinking about shorting it to, I got to cover. And then the next phase is, I got to cover and go long. Because you just got confirmation of a reason to not only cover your short, but to buy. It's the same thing. If you're getting confirmation that you should be covering a short, that's also known as buying. Hence the reason this market can't go down. Hence. And look at where the figure is, right? Are you guys kidding me? Are you kidding me right now, right? We couldn't make a dime on this trade long. And remember what I told you. Watch what happens on Friday. Watch what happens on Monday. Everybody who didn't make money on it will want this thing to get back up, and they'll probably squeeze it 4 or 5 points. That was my original entry, 29.72. Here it is, like nothing happened. Welcome to the wonderful market that never goes down. But it did go down. I know. And then it goes back up, making it virtually impossible to be a shorter over any extended period of time. Right? Unless you're delusional right now, are you seeing what the market did and how did it start? With your classic Monday morning, fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. Holds the VWAP, holds the VWAP, holds the VWAP. What is it going to take? I don't know. I don't care. I'm living in the moment, and I'm going to make as much money as I can by following the rules. Give me some USAR. And the only trade that hasn't worked today was the Ion Q, and that's only because I bought it at bad moments. Look, I got another faux show freaking bro going on. Meanwhile, I keep buying at these upper levels and getting chopped up. Holds the VWAP rallies. Faux show bro at the VWAP ass crack break. And here come the rest of the quantums. And here comes the rest of the market. And now the trade I was alluding to this morning, the guaranteed trade, it's this, UVXY short. Whenever the market stabilizes, UVXY inevitably goes down and then goes negative. I didn't think it would be today, and I was hoping that this thing would rally. I was hoping to see it at 45 or maybe 47. But if you listen to the last part of that story, the reason I want UVXY to go higher and higher and higher so I can short it at higher levels for the inevitable crash, which always comes. So a lot of great things happened today, all by 12 o'clock. The mantra has been justified and validated. Shorting is short-lived and you're going to die. Market never goes down. We all get it. The market's allowed to go down for very, very short periods of time. And the only trade we haven't checked on was NCLH, and it's, oh. By the way, did anybody get paid on this trade? Faux show, bro. Fake them out, shake them out. You got to the VWAP, and you just had to hold because it never got you out. Because it never violated those levels. So if you faux show broed once, yeah, that was a weak move. But then the faux show broed twice, 22.30 got you up to 22.80. Welcome to VWAP trading around companies that reported earnings. Low risk trade for medium reward. And if anything, you've got stopped out of most of it by now, but you could still be in it because it still hasn't really broken down. Still above 22. So once you get it and you hanging with me for the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, you're going to get it. Every trade's basically the same. Identifying the risk, making sure your parameters around VWAP are set, draw your roadmap, and then there's a lot of sitting around waiting, talking about TV shows and playing music. But if you come in later in the day and we're sitting here goofing around, you're like, what the hell did I just, I'm not paying to hear you tell me dumb stories about your wife and listen to music. Well, sir, you missed the best 4 hours of the day. What can I tell you? Now we're in the chop. But you come here every day, you listen to me and you listen to Solid, and you understand what we're trading here. You're gonna make money. And that's what it is. It's a long journey you're on. And I hope somebody here was paying attention on Friday when I said, do not forget about the figure trade. Because I don't see, it's very rare for a stock to have zero buying without any shorts covering. Watch what's going to happen on Monday. They bled it to death, and then it makes almost 80% of it back the next day. That's the market we're in. This thing looks like it's going to zero on Friday, and today it's a hero. You go from a zero to a hero, back to a zero. And this market, if it stays in this trading range for the next decade, and I'm wrong about them going, the Q's going to 1,000 in the next 2.5 years, who cares? I don't care about being right or wrong on a prediction for 3 years out. I just want to make money today. And then when all of this starts to come together, when you start learning ebb and flow, and you understand market mechanics, and you're down with the VWAP, wait till you see when one of these trades shows up on a Thursday and then a Friday. And that is when we're talking about how your preparation meets the education, meets the opportunity, creates the monsters. You could hit base hits all week, base hits, singles and doubles all week. And then Friday comes along and you could trade that at the money option for 10% of what they cost on Monday. And then you get a 50 cent or $1 move on a Friday on an option contract, and you're making 300 to 500 to 1,000% on your money. That's why there is no fear of missing out. There's another trade, and then another one, and another one, and another one. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm a stock trader. Thursday says I start dipping into the options, and Friday I love options because now I can trade all these stocks for pennies on the dollar by using at the money options with no time built into it. All right. Now that was a long 4 hours. You guys took away some stuff. You see what I'm saying? I just did 4 hours standing on my head, as they say. I love this stuff. I love teaching people. I love helping people understand what we're watching right here. What you just did, what we all just did here for those 4 hours, this is what we do. The only thing that's going to be different going forward, there's going to be more specifics going on. Today I was all about the Qs and my silver because that's what I was involved in. So I didn't want to stray from that path. Soon it'll be all earnings all the time, and the Qs and the UVXY. So let's go back to NCLH for a second. Right? So this is a typical trade, right? You're looking for a reason to buy it. You got the fake out, you got the shake out, you got your VWAP break. The trade worked, right? Remember, this is a beautiful trade. You're risking, if you bought it here at 22.20, you're risking 20 cents. You got 50 cents out of it, right? So you sold some. And then it starts to roll over. You sell at the half, and possibly you used your price of 22.20 as your out. You made money. Wasn't a super trade, but you made money. And now it literally could be over. AAOI, obviously my favorite trade of the day. I'm happy it worked. That short's over now, right? You understand why it's over. And remember I explained to you as first butt cheek was forming, I said if a second butt cheek gets formed, you're going to want to buy the butt cheek break, right? So there's one of those moments where I'm not in this trade. I wasn't even watching anymore. But an hour and a half ago, I said, hey, this short looks like it just came to an end. It just got confirmed as a new short. But if it doesn't break down, that's confirmation of a possible Andy Dufresne meets the Kardashian bottom and a VWAP break. And if you bought it 109, or let's call it 101, the stock wound up going up 5 points. That ain't bad. And that's where I want you all to be. I'll keep explaining this stuff to you. You go and stalk, right? I'm the main hunter and the fisherman. I bring you to the good spots. I tell you where the fish are. Go get the fish. And then if we're lucky, that other guy shows up. You guys met him last week. Solid Jellos. Give it up for solid covering for me. Plus, our new mantra is solid on staff. We have to pay, well, Stock Market Media is going to pay solid for him to show up every Tuesday at 1 to do an algorithmic chart, crunching, whatever getting your codes involved and all that stuff. So we'll have a real schedule, something that we don't really have too much of. But we're going to try to do Tuesdays at 1, getting your charts right with solid. Obviously, he just comes and goes when he wants, but always great to have him here. And you guys got to witness him firsthand, taking what I showed him 10 years ago and has made it his own in his own special way. His algos also draw the lines, a lot more lines for you. I'm more of a mechanical guy. I like manually doing it. And once again, if you're short the cues, you're living that delusion that I'm living. But don't be delusional and lose money. Jeez. I mean, one pivot. Just incredible. It really is incredible. I mean, it really is. The fact that we're green across the board right now, it really is incredible. It's still hard for me to believe. I'm so bearish, it's just unbelievable. But I've learned to, just accept my fate. I'm a bear trapped in a perpetual bull market, no matter what they throw at it. And on March 18th and March 19th and March 20th, when the market is getting smoked, remember, those days it's not going to last either. But I do think the market's crashing on March 20th. I really do. And I'm holding on to that belief. And I do believe it. And if it happens, you're all getting VWAP tattoos right across your forehead. BATL, that's a great symbol. Wait a minute. Bat battle? The battle's been lost. Actually, are you short right now? Because that looks like you had a fake out, shake out rejected at the VWAP. So now it's kind of like a re-short there using VWAP as your out. Rolls over, you're going back to 866 and you only got 60 cents of risk. Battalion oil. By the way, look, some of the other names from last week, XYZ, that was strong last week, obviously on the earnings, even though we had a nice short on it. Going back and checking on some of those stocks we traded. How about that? Whoa. Just blew the chart up. Hold on. Look at that chart. Fake them out, shake them out. VWAP break, blue line, orange line, go. It really is the only way to trade intraday. It really is the only way to trade. I mean, you see how clean most of my charts are, right? It's just two lines and a couple of red lines from some pivot points. The hardest trade you're ever going to take is that figure trade from Friday. But soon it won't be hard. Soon it won't be hard. Trade doesn't cooperate. You don't fight it. Eat it. Trade telling you. It told me. And there's rules. Prior low candle breaks after the VWAP gets violated on the downside. I mean, tested from underneath. I got to be a seller. Do I sell it all at one price? No. But then it broke a double bottom low, new low for the day. That's me. That's it. Stock tells me I'm wrong. The quicker you are to accept that you're wrong, the longer you'll make it in this business. And it's so easy. Sorry, it's never easy. It's easier when you're just trading price and using VWAP as your, indicator. Below VWAP, below prior day VWAP, and you're breaking a low of the day, you got to sell. You're not here to debate with the market. And in these moments, this is what separates. It's okay taking whatever I took. I remember losing about $660 on this trade, but it could have been a $4,000 hit. It's a lot easier coming back from the 660 than the $4,000. And then, of course, if you revisited it, you're my hero, because I didn't even go anywhere near this thing because I was too busy with other trades. Shorten, again, AGQ, AAOI, some penny stock, weird stock. I would have loved to make my 660 back that I lost on this trade because the setup is there. Faux show, bro. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Trade hasn't failed in 4 years. There it is. Faux show, 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal trade. Freaking awesome. So before I get my 13th cup of coffee, this is why I'm always saying this. It's not about me. right? I love the fact that you want to be in some of my trades. And I'm glad you followed me today because I was on fire. But there are going to be days where I go 0 for 4, and the other 9 trades that I didn't take will be the winners. But if you followed me, you're a loser. That's why I want you guys to understand why you're trading and let this VWAP and these price action and chart pattern recognition and VWAP trading be your guide. And then go back to stocks that you like to trade, that treat you well, on top of the Qs, UVXY, and the earnings reports. And obviously, if you went with some of my other faves today, Coinbase, freaking awesome. Obviously the hood, awesome. Figure, phenomenal. Qs, awesome. AGQ, pretty sweet. And I'll keep going. Sal, you going to be around today? Because if you are, if you're free at 1, I'll keep going because we got a lot of new friends in here. What's up, Vegas? What's up, TikTok? And you TikTokers, some of you guys got to make a decision now whether or not you're coming out of the dungeon. I didn't want to shut the dungeon off or flood the dungeon this weekend because I really wasn't around last week. So I'll give you a couple of days extra. You got to love NVTS. You got to love VICR. Rambus is still pretty damn good. And getting bought on dips. All right. Let me go check I think I'm on my 8th cup of coffee. By the 9th cup, I get to see through time. All right. Yeah. Actually, speaking of seeing through time, I see myself starving. So I'm going to take a break. It's been a nice 4 hours. If you YouTubers are going to stick around, by the way, you YouTubers out there, I'm doing TikTok now. So if you guys don't have my TikTok channel, it's also at Hit the Bid Radio. And I've been doing live commentary there at around 8 o'clock too, kind of getting the juices flowing. So if you don't know, this is me here. Why do I think? Oh, I think I just showed you that. Yeah, you guys see that link on the YouTube channel? Anyway, yeah, it's at Hit the Bid Radio. I'm on TikTok. I just went from about 400 people to about 10,000. I didn't realize there were that many knuckleheads talking about trading on TikTok. These last couple of months have opened my eyes. I love me some TikTok. But any reason I think the market's crashing? Because I just think we're getting towards where if we're in this chop, I just think this time is going to be different. I know it sounds funny, but it's never different. Here's the 1-year VWAP. This market's really heavy. You have this massive double top. We haven't been able to break out. We're back testing the bottoms of the range and we failed, right? But we keep fighting. I just think we're going to give way. And when we do, we're going to test the real support, which is way down at 551, but we're so close. Here's the 6-month VWAP. We're under it now. That's what we're battling. We're battling between 6 and 9, right? The 9 now is the overnight low and recent lows. So we're right there, even though we just rallied almost, 14 points off today's lows. I just think this consolidation leads to a breakdown, which inevitably is going to start a new bull market. But there hasn't been a scary moment yet. These sell-offs have been controlled. They've all been bought. The buy-on dippers keep getting rewarded. I just think there needs to be a moment where the buy-on dippers get freaking annihilated. And we have a capitulation, which the 9-month VWAP down to the yearly is 563. And then where I think we can faux show bro down to that 551 area. So under 63, another 14 points, rally back, and then that begins the new bull market, which will probably carry us to the next 2 years. But I don't care about that last part. I just think the market's running out of steam, and it's just they need to have some sort of a little capitulatory fear moment. It just hasn't happened. Like overnight, the overnight where it was kind of getting scary there about 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, you guys weren't awake, but oh, 3 o'clock. We actually kind of rolled over. We broke a triple bottom in there, and then inevitably we came back anyway. But it really is incredible how the market cannot stay down. And it's not going to stay down in March anyway. It's going to have a nice sell-off, and then it's going to come back anyway. I just think there's going to be a bloodbath. It's near options expiration. It's a quad witch. People are going to want to cash out, pay some taxes. I don't know. That's it. That's my reasoning. There's another reason I can't talk about. That's my secret reason, but and no one will really confirm it. Wednesday down, Thursday up. See, what we've been getting is weakish Wednesdays, Thursday bad, and then you think Friday's going to be bad because that's what usually happens, but Friday we recover, and then by Monday everybody forgets about it. So March 17th, March 18th is the Wednesday. I think that starts it. Thursday we rally, 20th we crash, and then Monday there is no market. I don't know what happens on Monday after that. But that's as much as I want to talk about it, because getting myself all worked up about what I think's going to happen causes me to lose money. All right, listen, you guys want to hang out a little bit longer? Just let me get something to eat. And anybody have a musical interlude you're into right now? What are you into right now? What was I into the last couple of days? I was getting back into some roots reggae, as a matter of fact, if you're down. And if you got any songs you want me to put on, I'm going to go get some oatmeal. I'll be back. Make you want to move your dancing feet to the rescue. Here I am. Want you to know, yo, where I stand. Here I am. Want you to know that
myself, a new day is rising. It gonna rise, a new day is dawning. Here I am. Want you to know just, want you to know just where I stand. When the morning gathers the rainbow, want you to know I'm a rainbow too. So to the rescue, here I am. Want you to know just if you can, we're I. No, 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 no. We lift our hands and give the praises. We lift our hands and give the praises. Yeah. To the rescue, here I am. Want you to know just if you can, we're right. No, 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 we're right. Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning, Thursday evening, Friday morning, Saturday evening. So to the rescue, to the rescue, to the rescue. Oh, extra, out, 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 out. Awake from your sleep and slumber. Today could bring your lucky number. Sun is shining, sun is shining, sun is shining, sun is shining. To the rescue, here I am.
Whoa.
Love and hate can never be friends. Oh no, oh no. Here I come with love and not hatred. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life. Envy no one, no wish to be with no evil man. For they come the day when you'll be free, like the feather said.
Well, so talk about a day where everything I spoke about has been confirmed, right? Even the tongue in cheek this morning. Remember when I said, if you don't think the market can go green today, you're delusional. You understand? Because I've lived this nightmare. And again, it's not a nightmare. It's a nightmare for me because I love when the market crashes because I don't own stocks and I get to make money on those days. But I also have a purpose. I want the market to crash. I want to buy Palantir back. That's really my main. I used to own Palantir and Tesla, and they've gone up. Well, Palantir actually did sell at a pretty good price, but I want to buy them back. But I want Palantir at 80. I want Tesla at 285. And it ain't going to happen without the market getting slammed. So I got a purpose behind why. I'd love to see the Qs back at 420 because that's when I had a decent position. Now they're at 620. So, but Big Daddy, my father, we call him Big Al, he's still long and strong. He hasn't sold anything. So I'd rather see the Qs go up, I guess. It's my retirement fund. But I enjoy when the market goes down because it's more active for us day traders. Plus, I like when the market goes down because I feel like we're the only ones making money. And I love that about this kind of trading. We have a skill set that allows us to make money in any market. And when it comes to trading, I look at it as a competitive sport. It's a that's what it is. Ha! Somebody likes that reggae. Oh, here's the TikTok channel, by the way. For some reason, when I do the link in the room, it doesn't do. Just it's TikTok at Hit the Bid Radio. It gets you to the area. When you say selecta, all I can remember, all I think about is this show called Flight of the Conchords, where they did a reggae song, The Boom King. It's so good. And then he's fast forward selector.
Oh my God. She's so hot. She's so flippin' hot. She's like a curry. I want to tell her how hot she is, but she'll think I'm being sexist. She's so hot, she's making me sexist. Bitch. I need my 1987 DG20 Casio electric guitar, zither, mandolin. Yeah. Drop the drums.
Here we are.
Yeah, man, now. I see you give the sign. I wanna boom like it's never been done. Bust the moves that the click the boom of a gun. In the marquee, if the bass is boom and someone's smoking boom.
Who's the boom king?
And it's the first day boom and the flowers are blooming. Drum boom bass and the party is booming. Boom a boom like a rocket taking off to the moon. Boom boom like a dragon boom. See you shaking that boom boom. See you looking at my boom boom. See you want some boom boom. It's clear as boom time boom boom. Let me buy you a boom boom. You order a fancy boom. You like boom and I like boom. Enough small boom. Let's boom the boom.
Fast forward selector.
Now we're running on a boom boom. Right into my private room and we know what's happening. But assume we're gonna boom 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 till the break of boom. Who's the boom king?
Who?
I'm the boom king.
What?
Who's the boom king?
Tell me that.
I'm the boom king.
He's the boom king.
My phone is beeping, it's beeping, boom is back from 10 years doom. Gloom and they said they had his boom chopped up in the boom, but the press the boom still loves the boom and zip the boom and my lens goes zoom. My big boom jump, but the boom boom, we both get freaking and the boom gets squeaky.
Nah, I'll really blow your mind. I'll put on some Voodoo Lady by Ween. You know Ween? By the way, if you're out there and you are a fan of Ween and you like the Grateful Dead and reggae, why don't you just come over to my house? Because we should be friends. Because that's a nice eclectic mix of music, and that's how I roll. If you guys know Ween, and if you don't know Ween, you should. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're in it, man. We are in it. You are seeing the shorts being punished again, overstaying their welcome, not understanding market mechanics, not appreciating the power of UVXY, ignoring the VWAP, and just being on the wrong side of this trade. And they will continue to be. See how when I met you in Vegas, did I say VWAP changed my career? No. I said VWAP saves my life. Look at it. Saving my life again. I'm about to put a short on with some options. Next thing you know, I'm covering, and well, I would have went long, but I reject the idea of buying the Qs. But man, don't hesitate for a second. And see, these are not coincidences. Look where we came back to. It's a $603 thing. It came back to the exact VWAP price, $603.95, right there. And look at this monstrous move off that one pivot. Why? Because that move right here got shorts excited that don't know about VWAP. They shorted here, and then 6 minutes later, you're done. You're crushed. Am I a fan of weed? Yeah, not as much as a fan as I, because now I just I got to admit I'm getting old. I get the little I get the little smoker's cough at the end of the day. I only smoke at night. Just became a habit because I didn't like smoking during the day. I get weed hangovers. But yeah, I've been smoking my whole life. I enjoy it, especially with the music. Big Deadhead. Reggae fan, concerts with my whole life. That's all I did. It's really the only entertainment I still love as much as I've always loved it. Love live music. Steel Pulse, I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen Burning Sphere and Steel Pulse. I saw them at some reggae at BB King's, along with who was with them? Oh man, 96 degrees in the shade, real hot. Is that Steel Pulse? I forget who I see. They're all kind of similar. I know Chant the Psalm. That's one of their more popular ones, right? Chant the Psalm away. But who does 98 degrees in the shade? 98 degrees in the shade. Oh, Third World. Thank you very much. Yes. Oh, so it wasn't Burning Sphere. I saw a Third World and Steel Pulse in a show. Or either one of those combinations. Yeah. Chuck Berry at BB King's. Wow. I saw Chuck Berry at some oldies night with BB King. Nope, sorry, it wasn't BB King. So Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley and Chuck Berry the same night. I love Ika Mouse. Yeah, somebody brought that up last week. Yeah. Yeah, I love all that. I love all reggae. That's the best part about it. I even like dance hall, man. When I used to go on these cruises with my parents, they'd have this dance hall reggae night. I'd be going crazy on the dance floor. People couldn't believe what I was doing. And then the next day I couldn't even walk. Oh, I got the best. I got the best dancehall right mixes. Oh my god, cranking this stuff out of my car. People can't believe it's this little white dude driving up. Well, I think we're now just going to consolidate these games for a little bit longer. Hey, where's my dancehall mix? How about 10-foot ganja plant? You know, 10-foot ganja plant? They're pretty good.
Long time ago, Natty J did I warn ya. Natty warned the nation. Long time ago. It was a long time. J did I tell them. Natty tell all the people to live and grow. Long time ago. I've been telling you from the start.
Yeah, we could go on and on. What do you want to? I don't know. I could put some reggae on. This market just looks like it's going to consolidate and go higher. Just amazing. It really is. Or this one, everybody loves.
All the people around the world, this is the teaching. Wanna hear? I put my slap on the lipstick down and I burn the ganja vibe. Babylon, come and tell me that don't right. I just burn it and pass it on the right. And then them come in and them look and down it. Them say, ain't that shit dreadlocks the way you come from. You must have two stick of sensei.
All right, as we get down to some reggae here, I'm going to have to cut you YouTubers off because this is going to ruin the video. Send me an email. Come join us and make sure you're watching me on TikTok. Farewell, my YouTuber friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 11. And make sure you're with us for the schmooze this week. It's going to be a good one. Peace out, my friends. Rastafari. Ja! Rastafari.